welcome back, and hello again. I feel like I am back from the freaking dead this week. I'm still a little bit sick, so I'm kind of just easing back into this week of running. I was still keeping up with training last week, but definitely at like a much reduced effort, and this week was still not at like, I wasn't giving it my all for sure. But I feel so much better this week, which is great. This week looked pretty typical. I kept with all of my training that I had outlined in my training plan as far as like what was in my schedule, except for just like easing back into things. And then this weekend where hey, don't like that. With our dog being, no one really cares about this, but like with our dog coming back from his surgery, I'm kind of taking more time to be around the house just because I feel like I don't want to see him just, at home alone, recovering by himself, and I'm recovering too, so it's totally fine. My main goal this week was just to like rebuild that momentum without overdoing it. The weather this week has been very seasonally springy here. We had like a few false summer feelings where it was like almost 80 degrees and we were working so much out in the garden, and then this week it was like getting really, really low and cold and rainy and super, super windy, like 50-mile-an-hour winds. So felt crazy out. I was hitting my step goal for the week mostly. I did miss it one day, and that was just because I was still getting over being sick and it was really, really rainy. That was the day it was like 50-mile-an-hour winds. I did not feel like pulling out the step pad when I got home from work. I was just over it. And I was like, you know what, I need to get to sleep. I wake up really early for work. On work days, I wake up at like 4:30 a.m. and after packing my lunch and getting everything ready, I was just lazy. I was like, no, I'm after everything was ready to go, I was like, no. But I have been hitting my protein goals. That has been feeling easier to do. Do I crave protein yet? No. Yeah, I thought by week 3 or 4, I'd be like, I don't know. I thought like, oh yeah, let's have a tuna salad. No, I mean, I do like having tuna and chicken. It's just, it's not something that I crave, which is fine. But hitting the protein goal is like honestly like making me really excited for everything. So Monday's run was just a quick 2-mile like run walk indoors because I was feeling sick, and it just reminded me that like if I'm not feeling good, the whole workout does not have to feel like, I don't have to stress myself out over these things. One thing I haven't said yet in these videos is I do have PCOS. It's actually, they just changed the acronym of it to PMOS, which is way hard for my brain to say now, so I'll probably just keep calling it PCOS. But so I never really do any type of workout on these like cross training days in between that is like super high intensity, and my runs themselves I've never just really pushed myself in a way that is like high intensity, like strenuous. So that's why this year's goal of like making a marathon in a certain time, I don't know, that's probably why that's like a really unique thing for me this year. Monday's run was just a quick like 2-mile run walk indoor thing, and I just did that because I wasn't feeling my best, and it just reminded me that, oh yeah, I need to bust out my like shorts, my running shorts for the season, because in the fall and winter I run in a lot of leggings, which is great for people who have thick thighs like myself, but in the summertime we switch over to shorts, right? And if you run in shorts and have thick thighs, you know the issue that I'm talking about. Chafing or chub rub, whatever you call it. But there's like very few shorts that work for us. And so since it's warming up, I pulled out some of my summer gear from last year and the year before. And I just quickly remembered that some of these shorts are like shorts that are only for Peloton rides or workouts that I do in here, because I don't do hit workouts or anything like that. I don't do any high intensity workouts. I have PCOS, so like all my workouts are very like low intensity. So my non-negotiable shorts and stuff like that I thought would be kind of fun to do for this video this week, is just like what shorts have worked out for me in the past and what shorts are just like my chill, comfy, like this is just shorts that you work out in low intensity environments, because anyone who has thick thighs has probably had that struggle where you want to go running in the summertime, and maybe you've tried this before, but like when it's really hot outside, I've wanted to. I've tried so many different pairs of shorts. It's hot. You maybe don't want to have biker shorts like sucked up on your thigh and like showing everyone your sweat patterns. So you try to do, you know, the flowy, cute, like wavy shorts. I have a couple shorts that I have found that do not crotch gobble, okay, for short periods of time. These are not 7+ mile run shorts. And I say that because, at least for me, when I reach that like 6-7 mile mark for running, that is when I get, especially in summertime, that is when I'm getting really, really sweaty. And when I get sweaty, then my thighs will start to, no matter what, they're gonna gobble up even the best created flowy short. So, yeah, if you want to know what shorts I've tried in the past and worked, stay tuned. I'm going to talk about that, but I'm also going to kind of vlog through the rest of my weekly workouts, because that's what this series is. So stay tuned. I'm going to kind of go through them. All right. I know I probably look crazy. My hair is really frazzled, but I just got home from work and did a quick check of the garden and checked on the chickens and everything like that, because today in the gorge we had 50-mile-an-hour winds, which was not unheard of, but just insane, and also had to happen at the like worst time. We just planted 4 beds of our starts, so a little unfortunate, but everything more or less seemed to survive. There was a couple peas that were not as fortunate as the rest of the things out there. Totally fine. It happens when you plant a garden. And it's also kind of like rainy, so my hair's really frizzy, but no one cares. I'm home, and today is a bike day in my schedule of events for marathon training. I'm just now getting over the hump of like, I'm starting to feel normal again, thank God. But it's totally fine. This has just been like so weird for me. I haven't been sick for so long that I have felt like a complete baby this past week, and it just lasted so long. It was basically like at the beginning of last week when I like did that run, I was like, my throat feels kind of scratchy. Like looking back and editing, I was like, yeah, you were getting sick. And also now I'm wondering if like my first week of marathon training, this time around, if the reason why I was on the struggle bus so hard this time around was just because I was at the beginning of getting sick. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe wishful thinking. Anyways, I'm here today, Wednesday, about to just do like a 45-minute bike workout, cross training type deal day. And I'm on the floor because I have to do Pollo's PT. He's trying to ignore me right now and just play with his bone. But we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get on the bike and then do my dinner, which is the exact same dinner that I had yesterday and the day before. Basically, like, to make things simpler for myself, I just usually eat the same thing. I usually eat the same thing for the whole like week. It's just like one less thing to worry about, and having one less thing to worry about when you are training for a marathon and you work full time is, in my opinion, that's a great thing, right? Is like, if you can take one less thing off your plate, if that's your thing. Like, if you can't eat the same thing every single day, then don't do it. Like, if it's gonna make you stressed out or grossed out to eat the same thing every single day, then don't do it. But for me personally, like, I can eat the same thing every single day for a week, not like for a month. I'm not a crazy person, but I can do it for a week, and that just takes one less thing off my plate to worry about, like cooking it and like plating it and putting it into the app to track the protein on that and everything. So that is what I'm going to be doing, and then just doing some reading and chilling the rest of the evening. Oh my gosh, I love it when Peloton does these rides with like special people, but this has got to be one of the coolest ones that they've done. It's the Spice Girls Sporty Spice, Mel C. How cool is that? Look at her. Work days for me consist of cross training days. Those are less stressful for me to take care of in this marathon training season. After work, it's just easier for me to plan a cross training day where I don't have to like plan to fuel myself and get out and go for a run or do anything like that, especially right now while my dog is in recovery from his surgeries. Now, I might change that once he is able to go out, go running with me. I might change that again, because last year it was a lot easier to like come home from work, go out and run with my dog. But right now, work week, I come home and I do my like cross training. So Tuesday I came home and I did my cross training, and that's where I can wear like a more relaxed fit. So I'll wear something that I wouldn't normally wear when I go out and do a run outside. So I'm in the comfort of my own home, and because I have PCOS, a lot of the weight that I tend to carry, I know everyone it shows up on everyone differently, but the weight that I have, it all gets carried like right in the middle. And so a lot of the different workout gear will like roll or kind of gobble up the front of me. I don't know how to say that in like a like tactful way, but it just like French crotch gobbling happens. But if I'm at my own house and I'm not doing a high intensity workout, which I never do, I'll just like wear more like cute relaxed fits, and that's totally fine, especially when I'm on the bike. None of that kind of situation is happening anyways, so I'm just trying to wear something cute that inspires me to work out. So I'm just trying to move my body and be comfortable and have fun. I am not one of those blessed ladies with a very large chest, so I do have a little bit more leeway with what I'm able to get away with on top. Friday, I was feeling a lot better, and I was able to do my first outdoor run in a while. I pulled on my flowy shorts for the first time in a while. I wore the Brooks Chasers, which, like I said before, those work really well for like anything that's anything less than like 6 miles I can do in the Brooks, or when it's not super, super hot. I think they're a 5-inch inseam, and I know I first heard of these ones, it was on TikTok, and I think the gal's name is Space Cadet. She's really funny, and she did like this big series of like finding anti-crotch gobbling pants, shorts, but she has like a lot of the same issues that people with thick thighs have. Is just like anytime you wear these like fun flowy shorts, gobbles up right the front. But she had those on there, and so it is like a trial and error thing. Like, you gotta try these with your own body shape. What works for some thighs might not work for others. But yeah, I got to pull on those and go run, and those don't just get immediately like sucked up. So that was really nice. And anything longer than 7 miles though, I do have to wear a biker short. Does it kind of feel like you're starting a fire? Kind of. how do I alleviate that feeling that you're going to start a fire? So what I use, so it doesn't feel like you're starting a fire, like a friction fire, is I use this anti-chafe. Poya does not have this issue. I use this anti-chafe liquid powder. I think the brand is Inya, but I really like it because it goes on. So before you put on your clothes, you do this before you put on your clothes, because it is liquid. You rub it on to any area that chafes. So I get chafing like on my underarms and on my thighs, and then it dries like, it dries clear or like kind of a white powder, but you won't really see it or notice it, and it helps make things glide so it doesn't feel like it's going to start a fire in your thighs when you're running. But I do anything longer, so on my half marathons, my marathons, I do have to wear biker shorts. I'm not able to wear flowy shorts when I'm running long distances. So what I like to wear is I've been really partial to Crowned Athletics. This brand, it's really cute. I actually get like a ton of compliments. It's a skort. But you could really look for any brand that has, on the biker shorts, they have this material that's kind of like a, I don't know what you'd call it. It's kind of like boogery feeling, but it's like a sticky material at the bottom of the biker short, and it just kind of sucks down onto the bottom of your thigh, and it does not go anywhere. So the bottom of your biker short does not slide up or down, and then just making sure that you get it the right size, because if it's too small, obviously things will want to roll up or down, and depending on what part of the skort or biker shorts it is. And then I really like Crowned Athletics too, because almost every single thing that they have has the back zipper pocket, and then on the skorts and their biker shorts, they have those really deep pockets. Like, I know a lot of brands do that, but their pockets also have that boogery material, so if you do have your phone in these side pockets, it won't like fly out when you're doing a trail race. So that's really nice, and I just really think they're really cute. This one is I think this one's like based on Brave, which is really cute, but Crowned Athletics, if you can guess, is like all based off of different, well, actually they have a lot of, if you're really into like marathons, they have different sets based on certain marathons. So there's like a New York marathon set, there's a London marathon set, there's a, I think there's even like a Chicago marathon set. I haven't bought any of their marathon set ones. I just buy like their Disney ones and their Star Wars ones, so I really like those. I also have like a pair of their Star Wars, maybe I'll like stand up and like actually wear these and these, but they're Star Wars ones, and they're not like in your face Disney, so I really like that as well. But these are the Brooks Chaser 5, which I really like. These are the ones that I was saying are flowy. I looked on the reviews to see what other people said about these, and one thing is that people said that it looks really big on them. Like, it looks like a lot of fabric on them, and I think that's just like the nature of these type of pants on people with thicker thighs, is like, it's just not going to look, you know, when you see a lot of the like very petite fitness influencers who are wearing cute sets from like Lululemon in these types of flowy shorts, it's just not going to look the same on us as it is them, just because of how they're built, which is, it's not bad one way or the other. It's just there's a lot more fabric to cover up so it's going to look a lot bigger. There's another pair that's slightly cheaper at REI, which is just a straight up REI brand that's a flowy short. This one is called the REI, let me make sure I'm saying it right, it's the REI, I got this one actually in 2003, and they've held up really well. Swiftland 5-inch running shorts. So I think pretty much anything that's a 5-inch running short is going to be your best bet if you're just gonna like want to like attempt to find a couple different pairs. Go for the 5-inch inseam, but these ones are also really good with not like riding up. And I would say again, For me, I found these are fine for anything like around 6 miles or less outside. And then also they do fine for me when I'm running inside and like air conditioning on like a treadmill or something like that. So those are like my recommendations for thick thighs pants. Really, it is what I found. We're thick thighs, you got to go with biker shorts for anything of real distance. That's what I found. Personally, just for me, I do have to go with the biker shorts. It's king for preventing chafing. I haven't found anything in the loose fitting, like fun flowing shorts that really doesn't go all the way up into the front area. Crowned Athletics has been my favorite just because I really like it. It's cute. It, you know, puts a smile on my face before I go out onto a race, and I get a lot of compliments in them. And if you are like one of those people who are doing one of the like fun big marathons and you want to like look at their marathon sets, those are really cute. So and yeah, so those are like my short recommendations. I have other recommendations for things that I really like too that I brought in here, but I think I'll just keep it to shorts because that was quite a lot of recommendations for just a few minute video. So week three closing out. I still have to do my workout today, which is just gonna be a weight workout with Peloton, which I haven't picked it out yet, but I'll find one on the Peloton. I haven't done Allie Love in a while, so I might do her. I really like her classes. And then today I have a lot of seating to do because I don't know if you guys have seen in the background of like little shots that I show of my food, but like our kitchen table has been full of seeds and soil and those seed trays, and it's been like that for a few weeks, and it drives me nuts when things are out of place. So I just want to get that stuff done and into our little spider farmer thingy so it can be put away and ready to go for the garden, and just be ready. And I also have some sewing to do. I don't know if you've also noticed, but I have that Renaissance Festival dress sitting in the corner there. I need to finish that because I have a Renaissance Festival to go to next month, and a lot of my like sewing projects I get really excited about, go gung-ho, and then leave the last like 30 minutes of the project until like right before. So I'm trying really hard not to do that. Yeah, so this week I'm just trying to get back on track with getting into the pace targets that I set for myself, but not pushing too hard because I was sick. Next week, I think I might talk a little bit more or focus a little bit more on training for a marathon while having PCOS, because that's something I do see a few people on YouTube talk about, but not a whole lot of folks talk about. And I think it's an interesting topic because, I don't know, I have PCOS and I'm training for a marathon, and I see a lot of people on Reddit or online talk about like, oh, you know, people with PCOS can't really do high intensity or shouldn't run and things like that. So I might just like focus on that next week. I think it might be an interesting topic. And I know they just changed the name from PCOS to PMOS, so it might be an interesting topic to touch on next week, and just talk about how that impacts my training and how it impacts my cross training, recovery, and expectations for you know, marathon training, and how that all works together. Let me know in the comments if anyone has found better loose shorts for thick thighs, or if you guys just stick with biker shorts. And if you have biker shorts specific brands that you really like, let me know, because I'm always looking for better or more interesting brands, though I usually just stick with the couple classics. I can't believe I just looked at my REI account and I was like, oh my gosh, I bought those shorts in 2023 and I've still been just using those, kicking those around. I'm like one of those people, if I like something, I just keep wearing it until it is literally falling apart. Like right now, these leggings, I have holes in them, and I keep repairing them, and I'll keep repairing them until I make them into rags. And then they will become rags for my husband, and then I will feel fine with buying a new pair of them. Yeah, is anyone else like that, or is that just me? Anyways, yeah, let me know if there's been any like year that's been a game changer for you, and tell me what it is. I'd love to know. I really, really want to know if there's a better pair of shorts that I'm just missing out there. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.